designated day, the start of the realistic performance division for BRL. Full qualifying, 50% races, realistic cars. So, that means a lot of the top guys, Tier 1, Tier 2, they're stuck in the bottom. They're in the Williams, Alfa Romeo, even the Haas. Whereas you have even some guys from Tier 4 and Tier 5 up there in the Mercedes or the Red Bull. So this is going to be very interesting and very, very exciting. And in just a moment, I'll go through all of the tracks, all the drivers, each of their cars, their teams, and their manager. That's something new else with this division, is that you have managers for the drivers. Sort of like engineers directing the drivers how to go about things. So, in just a moment, we'll get into it. You already see DXD going to the top in the Williams. You got Sergeant Milk in second. Items in third. You got Bus, Cookie going out. Ginger Horizon and such. Phantom, Tier 4's winner. But let me get this pulled up for you, ladies and gentlemen. This is how the list goes. In the Mercedes, we have BRL Neymar as the manager with SSR Joe and Unknown Mute. That's going to be an interesting pair to see how they do. In the Ferrari, another quick car, Chandler Seda, which is interesting to see, seeing he's a Tier 1 driver. And, Chandler Seda is a Tier 1. He is a Tier 1 driver, but he is the manager. My apologies. So, it's going to be interesting to see how he manages, because obviously he ain't the best about managing his temper on track. Can he manage drivers in this division? He has Ginger Horizon and Fin Fan as his drivers. I feel like that's going to be a really good pairing as the season goes on. Manager of the Red Bull, Hoopalicious. He's managed AOR in the past, and I would expect nothing else but a good showing of managerial skills here. He has Boss Cookie and SB Fridays. That could be a very potent combination as well. In the McLaren, we have Ed Toronto as the manager, and Mean Fern and Zizou pairing in the McLaren. I feel like they'll be able to contend for quite a bit of points in this season. In the Renault, we have Formula Rager, an old favorite, managing with DXD and Ritzy Raccoon, who are both showing their potential here early as Boss Cookie sets his time. In the Racing Point, getting a little bit farther down the grid, Ferrari Nut is managing them with BRL Phantom and Raffle. They're both teammates in Tier 4. How do they do in the realistic performance division? In the Alpha Turd, we have Dark Flash showcasing his managerial skills. And Q-Man and Taylor. Remember, Taylor was Tier 3's winner. Haas of B-Dunk. He's the manager for Haas. An American managing an American team. Who'd have thunk it? We have Synonymous, one of the new guys who is showing some really good pace, but can be a little bit on the danger side, and Broken Reptile. And the Alfa Romeo getting really far down the grid, so they've got to be some good drivers. We have Interior Titan, it's a name I've never seen before, managing with Swifty Pickle and Zig Starburst. And finally, rounding out the back is Williams. You have Barrel Maverick, one of the owners, taking his shot at managing with Get Me My Pipe and ABR Burrups in the Williams. So, we're already seeing time set, and FinFan is up at the top of the charts currently in the Ferrari, followed by Taylor in the Red Bull, Ritzy in the Renault, and Broken Reptile in fourth in the Haas, and Ginger completing the top 5. As I say, that Cookie goes to the top in the Red Bull with a 25-8. And I tell you, I'm going to be really excited to see how how close the times are going to be. 10 for him. And it's going to be really exciting to see, because you have such a lapse in pace between some of the drivers, but as well, the cars sort of balance that out as well. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this goes about. Like I said, Cookie goes to the top with a 25-8. See who we've got on lap. Joe is off the track. I know Mute is on a lap in the Mercedes. Let's see what that Mercedes can do with realistic performance. Going down to the final corner. What can he do? Traction out of the corner. It's going to be run up to the line. Can this be top 5? P6. Row 3 of the grid currently. See what other drivers we've got lap. We've got the Williams of Burris coming up here. Heading through sector 3. Going to a really tricky part of the track. The last corner at this track is very tricky because if you go out a little bit wide, you can get a little bit of a corner cutting penalty, and that's a no-no. But if you cut it too early, you can mount that curb and really mess up your exit. Run up to the line. What will it be? He goes provisional pole with a 25.635. Top of the chart with the Williams. Who'd have thunk it? I never see that this year. Except for maybe George Russell, if they can give him some, a quality car for once. Going through the grid here. See who else is on the lap. Raffles off the track. Here's we have Q-Man in the Red Bull. AlphaTauri. Looks like he did a purple sector 2. So let's see what he can do here. Everybody going for the softs currently. It is full qualifying. This is just Q1. You've just got to get into the top 15 or above. Let's see what he does as he come up to the line. P11, that's pretty safe as of right now. But look at it, it's so close. You can throw a blanket from P3 down to, heck, P13 is only 3/4 of a second. You can't beat that. You can't. So who else we got on lap here? Everybody else appears to be, who hasn't run, either on an out lap right now. Got Ginger Horizon going for a quick one in the Ferrari. See if Abar Burbs is going to go for now. No, he's coming into the pits for the cooldown lap. And be sure, guys, I see y'all going in the Twitch. I'm going to try to be able to stay connected as possible. Be sure the managers get involved with your teams. Be a Gunther Steiner in the Twitch. And be sure to stay involved here. I'm going to try to be as responsive as I can in the Twitch. Here's we got Ginger Horizon on a quick one here. He's currently a 10th up in the Ferrari. A Ferrari in P10. Man, this must be really realistic. Going up through the gears. Purple sector terms. Ring the alarms, ladies and gentlemen. We have a Ferrari going at purple sector 2. What can he do out of the final corner? Looks a little shaky. He goes under the throttle. What will it be? The run up to the line. He lost it out of the last sector a little bit, but he goes P7, and I would think that would put him in a pretty good spot to make it into Q2 here. Remember, Q1, you can do whatever tire compound you want pretty much, but in Q2, that's the tire choice for the race. So that's going to be really interesting to see who goes for the softs and who goes for the medium. Here's what we got. Chandler Seda has left the session. The manager trying to check on his drivers. He checks, it appears Chandler Sater checks on his drivers more than he does his tires during the race. As we have Sergeant Milk has retired. It's like white and Alfa Romeo. Heading up on a lap here. Yellow flags in Sector 2. Looks like a couple drivers a little bit slow. 26 viewers currently. Absolutely amazing. Let's see if we can get up to 50 at some point in this stream. That'd be absolutely amazing. Now Alfa Romeo once again the last to not set a lap besides Zig Starburst, who is retired from the session. Going to have a chill pill and just wait this one out. Start in the back. But let's see what Wibes can do here. If he can put himself solidly in that mid-26 range, I think it'd be pretty good. He gets a pretty good exit out of the final corner, and he comes up to the line. It's not going to be quite it. It's going to be P15. That's in the danger zone. He is currently on the bubble, and that is not what you want to see early on. But that is his first lap. Granted, I don't think he has enough time to get back in pits as we have a racing point spun around. Wow. That must have been scary. Getting to the nitty gritty here. 3.5 minutes left. If you're in the top, I'd say if you're top 9 or above, I'd be feeling top 10 or above, you know, you're good. Obviously, if you're in that hot, heck, I can even say, if you're top 13 or above, I'd feel pretty safe, to be honest. Because we have 2 people in the bottom who have yet... Phantom, what is Phantom doing? Phantom, what are you doing there, son? My goodness. Never have I seen such a horrible display of car control in the history of Formula One. I'm appalled, ladies and gentlemen. Got white going for another lap. Actually, a purple sector too. That might be a glitch, as he's saying he's only 7/10 up. But I mean, with 2 guys out of the bottom, outside the bottom 15 already retired, I'd say if you're in the top 12 or 13, you're pretty safe here. But can Whites do here? Can he improve at all? And it looks like he will, but it's not going to do much. He's stuck at a 27.2. And it appears we're restarting due to the lobby being wrong. That is absolutely lovely. Apologies for the delay. I blame Cookie. And they're saying he forgot to put it on realistic. Once again, I blame Cookie. As we get drivers in here. Once again, same procedure. 50% race. Obviously, full qualifying. So Q1, run whatever tires you want. But you got to be careful. You can't go out for too many times because you have to have some tires for Q2. Obviously, if you make it into Q3, then you get an extra set. And if you see me interacting on the Twitch, my Twitch name is JOP Racing 77. I'm not in the Breakout Racing League account currently on the Twitch app, just through Twitch on Xbox. So if you see me communicating on there, it is through the JOP Racing 77. But be sure to keep commenting and keep interacting, guys. We love to see it. Love to see it with Bureau. And while we're sitting here waiting, be sure to, I just have to, I've got to give a shout out to our wonderful affiliates who make this possible, who allow us to be able to provide you such awesome coverage of F1 sim racing. Got to give a shout out to GT Racing US, some of the most comfortable gaming chairs that you can ever have, especially for sim racing. Gamer Grind Co. If you're a guy that, wants a little bit of energy but likes a morning cup of joe in the morning, get some Gamer Grind Co. Rogue Energy. It gives you the intensity of, a normal energy drink, but with less sugar and less calories. What could be any better? Rogue Energy. You got to have it if you're a gamer. Teespring. Some of the most lit t-shirts you can get out on the market right now. And you can design anything. Heck, that's what our merch is done with. BRL merch. Get it at Teespring. Be sure to check out Into the AM. They also have wonderful apparel, wacky designs, crazy designs, whatever you want, honestly. Go to Into the AM and check it out. Heck, I think you can get, Madagascar jeans or something. I don't know, but I think you can. I've seen some wacky stuff on there, so. All right, we're being told now it's unrealistic. I think we're waiting for maybe one more driver. We're supposed to have 20. And here we go. We have 20 drivers now. They should be readying up momentarily. And we will get set to begin once again. And Cookie, you better have it all on realistic. Waiting for everyone to get their tire selections and such in place. And I tell you, I think it's going to be a lot of people are going to do, what we saw here with tier 1, tier 2, a lot of the soft to hards. We even saw that in tier 3 and tier 4, a lot of soft to hard runs. But it's going to be interesting because it is realistic performance. So that means obviously the cars like maybe the Haas or the Alfa Romeo or the Williams, they're going to be in a little bit of a disadvantage because the tires aren't going to work as well. So let's see how everything goes here. Chandler's saying it might have been a glitch. Wouldn't surprise me with the F1 games, but, here we go. All right, once again, 18 minutes here in Q1. Get the tires fitted for everybody and see who the first jump out is. It is realistic performance now. So hopefully we'll see a Williams maybe where a Williams should be, and we'll maybe see a Mercedes where a Mercedes should be. So round 2, exactly, Interior. Round number 2. Hopefully this one is better. And let's see who the first to come out is. It looks like it's going to be It's Me in the Haas. And this is going to be interesting to see where it stacks up, because it winds up being in the top 10, then could be it's going to be really interesting to see who is better, the driver or the car. Because obviously if you're in a Williams, that should be at best maybe 15th or 16th. And you go up there and run top 5, then obviously the driver must be pretty good. But if you see a Mercedes that, obviously would not be any lower than maybe 3rd or 4th, if you see it down in, 12th, 13th, 14th, it's probably the driver. I mean, let's be honest. So it's going to be a true testament of how good the drivers are, because it is quite a bit of a difference from the Mercedes to the Williams. Exactly, I think between 1.5 to 2 seconds actually per lap at some tracks. So it's going to be really interesting to see here. Interior says no Williams in P1. Well, I'd quite like to see a Williams in P1. What have you got against the Williams, mate? I mean, come on. And the first to take part in qualifying here, it's going to be It's Me. We're up to 30 viewers. That's lovely to see, guys. Keep it up. Got the Haas going on a hot lap. What can he do? I'd expect him to be around the maybe 14th to 15th place range here. It's going to be really interesting to see. Got a yellow flag in Sector 3. Goes away. Oh, you see him just struggling to get the car turned in. So tough to do with those lower downforce cars. And through a very tricky part of the circuit here, the S's. Having to drop it down to 4th, actually. Wow. Comes up on a bit of traffic here. Hopefully Q-Man gets out of the way. Come on, man, get out of the way. Blue flags. Blue flags. Wow. That's probably going to be sent into the stewards. Black flags, man. Come on. Or not black flags, blue flags. Come on. You got to get out of the track when somebody's on a hot lap. So this is probably going to be a very bad lap. No offense to It's Me, but track is obviously still very green right now. Not a lot of rubber's been put down, and quite frankly, it's probably going to be like a 130 here as he runs it to the line. Not from a lack of effort. What's it going to be? 130.8. Cookie's on a lap as well. See if anybody's in front of him. It looks like XD in the Renault. I think a car in front of him as well, running up to the line. This appears to be better. The Renault, what does he do? P1. See what Cookie can do now. Coming around the final corner. This looks to be a very good lap. He is in the Red Bull, might I add. Coming up to the line. He takes pole. No surprise. Cookie in a Red Bull. What would you expect? Friday's heading through the middle sector. Zoo in the McLaren. What can he do? He goes P3 at 27.6. Expect him to be in the top 10. Friday's coming through. Now Sector 3. Phantom in Sector 1. Unknown. It's like Fin Fan coming up to the line. What can he do? It's going to be very slow. Wow, Ferrari 37.2. That's actually realistic. S3 Fridays run up to the line. He goes P3 in the Red Bull. A little bit off his teammate, though. About a second. We got Raffle popping up in there. P6. See who else we have on a flyer. Looks like Q-Man and the AlphaTauri. P7. Driver starting to slot in nicely here again. So we'll see a few anomalies start to emerge here in a second. Taylor in the AlphaTauri outperforming his equipment maybe a little bit. Goes P4. Remember, he is a Tier 3 driver. Fin Fan. 10th down currently through the middle sector. Phantom's on a lap. He's coming up to the line in the racing point. What can he do? Only P10. Wow. 8 tenths behind his teammate. Sergeant Milk is on a lap. And the Williams. Now let's see what the Williams can do. I'd expect it to be, with Sergeant Milk driving, to be about maybe a high 28, maybe a low 29. Good indication here through the middle sector. He's about 2 3/4 of a second down from what Cookie did in the middle sector. Look like it's going to place him about P12. See what he can do as he comes up to the line. And it's going to be a 30.2. Pretty disappointing. Got Broken Reptile and the Haas starting on a flyer. Ginger Horizon is on a flyer. Ritzy Raccoon in the McLaren. He's on a flyer heading through the middle sector. Let's see if he can match his teammate. His teammate did a 27 flat. He's only 3/4 of a second off a Cookie and a Renault. But Renault hasn't been a slouch this year. They've been pretty good. So let's see. Not too far off currently in the middle sector, only about a second. He's looking pretty reasonable if he can hold it together for the third sector. Coming out of the final corner, punch the gas, stick the DRS wide open, and see what you can do as he goes up to the line. It's going to be pretty solid. He meets the second row of the grid with his teammate. He goes P4. Got Broken Reptile on a lap in the Haas. Same with Ginger Horizon just in front. Yellow flag, sector 2. It looks like Ginger Horizon has actually invalidated the lap. See what it would have been though. Only would have put him P10. Bruss is starting a lap. Fern is on a lap. He's looking pretty good in the McLaren. I'd expect him to be around that P4, P5 range. If he can hold it together, he gets a little lockup. Comes out of the final corner. Run up to the line. What can the McLaren driver do? It's P7. Really close up there. Really close from 3rd to 9th. And I'm saying right now, if you're up there, I'd say 9th or above, I'm safe. You're safe. Fan on up at a 27.5. I'm calling it. Raf, I think he'll be okay. I think to get into Q2, you're going to have to be around a low 28. I'd have to say a low 28. And we're halfway through the session. It's like Ginger's on another lap, his second lap on the sauce. We have seen a few people go quicker on the second lap, but not too many. So if I'm Ginger right now, if I can hit a 27, I'm going to feel pretty good. As he comes out of the final corner, what can he do? Can he break into the 27s? Yes, sir, a 27.4. I'd feel very good about that lap. Just need to be top 15 here. Nothing crazy. And that's why you see so many just stopping. As you see Joe go to P2 in the Mercedes. Got a close little bunch up there in the top 3 right now. Phantom asking if he's safe. No, you are not, sir. You are currently P16 and you are in the drop zone. And that's why you see most people in the top 9 or 10 here not going out for another lap. And then you see guys like Williams a little bit in the danger zone. See who else we can see on a lap. It looks like It's Me is on a lap. Yeah, he really needs to pick up some time here. Yeah, as of right now, he needs to pick up more than just 2 seconds just to get out as is. Disappointing to see for the Haas driver. Phantom saying he's needing tires. Well, Phantom, if you put some effort into this race, and you wouldn't have to use 3 sets of tires. Totally not a burn. Just kidding. Phantom was our Tier 4 winner. Huge congratulations to him. He actually did a really good job. We were cheering him on. He's been a bit of an underdog in the BRL scene. Known him for a few years now. He's a great guy, great driver, and it was good to see him get a win. And we need to get you out of Q1, man. Phantom, you need to get out of Q1, buddy. Need to make sure you're good. As It's Me is currently a second up on his time. He needs to find a big improvement here through Sector 3 to have a little bit of reassurance. Let's see what he can do. Running up to the line. If he can at least get to the 28s, that'd be okay. He improves by 6/10. He does a 30.3. But obviously going to be very difficult to do in that Haas. See, Wibb's currently half a second up. That's what we need to see. And I'll tell you, these guys right here is going to be close. You got Raffle and Burrops. That's a really low 28. Between them and Q-Man, I think, is going to be the mark. You got jokes, Phantom. You need to get into Q2. Let's look at Wibbs as he goes through Sector 2. Currently 8/10 up. That's good to see. That'd put him about P12, which would be I'd say that's going to be pretty good. He just needs to nail this third sector. Boz Cookie has quit it. He says he's safe. What can the Alfa Romeo driver do? P12, that's what I said. Good lap for him. Like, you got Ginger going for... No, he's actually backed it down. Friday's attempting another lap, but he is a 10.5 down on his time. Getting to the nitty-gritty here, less than 5 minutes. Q-Men on the bubble. Going out for another one. He's still got a few waiting here. Looks like Reptile is going to go out here. Got Zinxt on an out lap here. Q-Men as he heads through Sector 1. So you got yellow flag, Sector 1, 2, and 3. That's going to really hurt Q-Man's run here. See if Fridays can improve. He gained a 10th through the middle sector and the third, so he was able to improve his time to P8, but didn't actually gain any positions. Q-Men is backed off. Reptile's backed off. Everybody trying to get their position set for one last ditch effort. I'm telling you, even I would think if you're 11th on up, you're safe. That's what I said initially. Fin on up. Because I honestly think it's going to be either a high 27 or a really low 28 that's going to get it done. I mean, heck, P15's a 28.4. I think Reptile can get through. Phantom can get through. And I think Sergeant Milk can. It's going to be close. Sergeant Milk is going to have to gain a ton. I mean, but he can do it. I mean, you've at least got two drivers right here who I think can get through here, and the first one being Q-Man. Or sorry, Reptile. But Q-Man's in front of him, so. So let's see what they can do. Q-Man trying to improve his position to feel safe. It's Me gets a 5-place grid penalty. That's no bueno. Get a good indication here. He's 2/10 down. Reptile is a 10th and a quarter up. That's what he needs to see. These are the guys on the bubble, right back to back of each other. This is going to get exciting, folks. Stay tuned. We're up to 40 viewers. This is absolutely mental. Q-Man trying to hold his position to make it into Q2. You got Reptile behind him in the Haas trying to get into Q2. Coming down to the final 2 minutes, the nitty-gritty. Q-Man, can he improve through Sector 2? Oh, he closed the gap. It's down to 16/100ths. If he can gain a half of a tenth, he can improve his position. Or sorry, 4/10ths here. He can improve, but I don't know if he can get it. Any improvement will help. Reptile behind. He's gained through Sector 2. Coming up to the run to the line. You have 2 minutes. They can still do another lap if they choose so. Does Q-Man improve? He doesn't by 10th. What does Reptile do? P15. Q-Man cannot improve. And Reptile is in the top 15. Q-Man now on the now in the drop zone. That puts Reptile on the bubble. And we got 3 drivers about to go out on laps. It's me in the Haas. What can he do? Can he pull himself up from the drop zone? You got Phantom up there, our Tier 4 winner in P17. You got Sergeant Milk in the Williams. What can he do? On board with the Williams. Weaves has already said he's good in P12. We'll see if that's to be. Raffle, he's not going to go out. Burraps, he's done. Reptile might be going for another lap here. Looks like he's backed out of it. Q-Men says he's done. So it's down to the bottom 4. These 4 drivers are all vying to make it into Q number 2. Sergeant Milk is up by 2/10. He's going to need more. He's going to need more. Zix has said he's done. It looks like Sergeant Milk has invalidated his lap. He's not going to improve. Q-Man isn't even going to try it. So you got 2 drivers you got 2 drivers just in trying to improve their time. You got 2 drivers just out trying to make it into Q2. It's me's not up. He's a 1.5 down. Trying to get a little bit of a toe. I don't think he's going to do it. He's not gonna. He's not gonna. He's gonna pull into the pits. It's down to Phantom. Reptile or Phantom. Time has expired. Set your laps. Can Phantom, our Tier 4 winner, make it into Q2 in the racing point? What's the Sector 2 time gonna be? He needs 7/10. He's 5.5 up. If he can find a 10.5 here, he will make it to Q2. Does Phantom do it? He's got 1 corner to go. Phantom, pull your belt straps up and make it up to the line. Out of the final corner, does he do it? He does! P13! Phantom makes it into Q2. Our Tier 4 winner. And that means heartbreak for Reptile. He is out. The difference between making it into Q2, as actually Raffle gets moved down to P15 there. It looks like Burrops actually improved as well in the Williams. So we have a Williams in Q2 in P12. Wow. The difference between making Q2 and not is 0.171. That's the snap of your fingers. I mean, look at this. You got Cookie on top. That's not really a surprise. Joe, an unknown in the Mercedes, P2, P3. You've got a Renault in P4, P5. McLaren, P6. AlphaTauri in P7. Red Bull, P8. Horizon in the Ferrari, P9. McLaren of Zeus in 10. FinFan, 11th in the Ferrari. Williams, P12. Alfa Romeo, P13. Raffle made it in the racing point, and so did Phantom. Let's see who can make it now into Q3. Here's the classification once again. Like I said, really close from about P4 all the way down to, heck, even P15, only 9/10, 8.5 I mean, heck, from P4 down to P12 is 0.4 of a second. Up to 44 viewers, sits away from 50. Can we hit that magical 50? Those are your top 15. Unfortunately, the 5 drivers in the drop zone not getting out of Q1. Reptile, Q-Man, Sergeant Milk, It's Me, and Zix. I can't pronounce that. Zigst. That's the best I can pronounce it. Choosing not to set a time. Oh, we already see some punches being thrown by the managers. Horizon saying your leadership is bad. To Chandler, wow. Wow, shots fired. Here we go. Here's the nitty gritty. Whatever tire you choose to set your best lap here in Q2 is the tire that you start the race on in Q3. And I have a feeling a lot of people are going to go for softs here. Just a feeling. Based off what I've seen. We might have a person or two going to the mediums. Maybe like a Cookie, who knows that the performance difference is there. Or a Joe. But we'll just wait and see. And you already see a difference right here. You've got 5 drivers currently on the mediums. Oh, goat. Oh, goat. No, no, no. No, you do not need it for Q3, goat. You do not. But talk to Chandler after the race. He might help with that. Here we go. This is going to be really interesting. Can we see the likes of Raffle and Phantom possibly make it into Q2 or Q3? Maybe the Williams as well of Burrups. Right now, we're going to get a really good indication of the performance of the Red Bull with Fridays. On the softs, which is not a big surprise here, got a few drivers going out on mediums as well. You see Zeus on an outlap in the mediums, as well as Ginger Horizon. So a few guys kind of struggled just to make it into Q2. Opting out for the mediums is actually quite surprising. I think if you were one of those, maybe 9th on down to 15th, and your pace wasn't as really there, particularly like 12th to 15th, I think you'd want to go for the softs here. If you're a higher up driver when it comes to car performance, then yeah, you can run the mediums. Obviously, like in real life, you can be like a Mercedes or a Red Bull and make it to Q3, no problem on the mediums, unless you're Alexander Albon. But I mean, you should be able to try to start on the mediums maybe. But whoever strategy it is, let them go with it. S3 Fridays heading through Sector 3 right now. See what kind of time he does here compared to his Q1. I'd expect to see another mid-20 sits here. And it's a 27 sit. It's a little bit disappointing, I'm sure, for him. DXD in the Renault. I'd expect a little bit better lap here. Oh, big lockup. Big lockup. Oh, that was horrible. What does he do up to the line? He's still going to somehow be in the midst of a 27.7, but that could have been a high 26 easy. Horizon starting to lap. Robson, the Williams. He brought the Williams into Q2, but what can he do now that he's in here? Can he pull a George Russell? Oh, he's going to come in the pits. How dare you, sir? Got Zeus. Yeah, this is not going to be a good lap in McLaren. Yeah, he's pretty much hit the what you'd expect for a time with 1 corner to go. Taylor on a lap in the AlphaTauri. Raffle got up there with a 27.7 as well in the racing point. Yeah, Zeus stuck at a 35.7. And the McLaren, he might be doing a little bit of a race practice run here. Oh, as he goes very wide. Oh, he spun. Oh, goodness. Get off the track, lad. Oh, gosh. Marshals, wave the flags. There's a McLaren. And it's not Lando Norris Twitch streaming. This is not a video game. Well, it kind of is, but F1 is not a video game. Unless it's a video game. Cookie and the Red Bull on the mediums. DXD goes to the top in the Renault with a 27.4, and Ginger Horizon quickly slots in behind him. On the mediums as well, that's pretty good to see. Cookie sets the quickest Sector 1. See what Cookie can do. See if he can hold that through the middle sector. Sector 1's tough, man. If you can set a, purple Sector 1 on the medium, Sector 1, you've got something. But if you can hold it through Sector 2, you must really have something. Purple again through Sector 2. Got one more corner to go. If he can hit a low 27 here, I think he'll be pretty safe. Heck, even a high 26 he could possibly do here. He runs up to the line. What will it be? It's a 27 flat. Good lap for Cookie. That should safely make him get through to Q3. It's like Horizon. Thought he might have been going for another lap. Ritzy on a lap in the McLaren. FinFan in the Ferrari. We can see a Ferrari in Q2. Be better if it's in Vettel's car. Is on the mediums, might I add. See how his time is compared to Cookie's. It's a pretty good benchmark. Not too far off, looking pretty good. Driver smartly gets out of the way. Thank you, sir. And I think this is going to be a good lap. I think it could be a low 27 here. FinFan is no slouch. Run up to the line here. Looked pretty good. And indeed it's a mid 27, 27.4. But, I mean, heck, that's quicker than DXD in the Renault, who did 2 laps on the soft, so. Yes, the cars are realistic. Realistic cars. So it comes down to the driver. Boss Cookie goes even quicker. Gets down into the 26s as Ritzy goes to P2 in the Renault. Good lap for Ritzy. Alright guys, in the comments, since we got a lot of y'all talking, ask any questions. Ask me any questions about the drivers or for today's race. And who you think is going to get on the podium and who you think is going to win. Tell me the podium. Ginger Horizon going for another lap here. Yes, this is BRL's realistic car division as Ginger bumps up to P2. Got SV Fridays in the Rebel. I'd expect to see him with a good lap here. And he backs out of it here. Seeing we see else has a lap. Fern, 3.5 tenths up. Fern currently in the drop zone in P11. Tier 1 driver, so I'd expect him, even though he's in a McLaren, to be able to get into Q3. Or the realistic performance tier, whatever you want to call it, Mav. Main Fern runs up to the line. What can he produce here? Barely gets in. P10. So Fern is going to have some work to do. He might be able to make it back just in time. Getting down to the nitty-gritty, Phantom down in P12 here. You got 3 drivers currently not in Q3. We got SSR Joe, the Mercedes. How big of a shock would it be if the Mercedes... Oh gosh, a close encounter between the Mercedes and the Ferrari as Joe starts his lap. My word. But how big of a shock would it be if the Mercedes can't make it into Q3? We'll see here on board as they are on the medium tires. Joe is spun it! Joe has spun it! He's lost his wing! And I don't think he can make it back in the pits in time. Wow, big implications. Could we see a Mercedes not make it into Q3 in a realistic performance tier? Wow, let's see what Unknown can do. See if Unknown can do something for Mercedes. Looks pretty solid through there. If he can hit a high 27, I'd feel pretty safe right now. Boss Cookie says he's done. He feels good. I don't think Joe's going to be able to make it. Coming up to the line, what can Unmute do? Can he get up into the top 10 here? What will it be? P6. That should be pretty good. That's pretty good. See a couple guys like Fridays and Raph. They don't feel comfortable in P7, P8. A couple of these guys really waiting to the last minute here. Like Fern and Taylor and Zoo. Got Wipes on a outlap here. Same with Phantom. Can our Tier 4 winner make it into Q3 up to 46 viewers? 48 actually. Be sure guys, tell me in the comments, who do you think is going to be on the podium here today? I already have an idea. I'm going to wait till the end of qualifying, but I've already got an idea of who I think I'm going to pick here. Drivers letting each other by, being very cordial. Raffles on a flyer in the Racing Point. He's just in the top 10. P9 said, I wouldn't feel safe unless I'm about, I'd say P sits on up. P sits on up and I'll feel safe. Oh, Raffle with the horrible engine noise. I'm sorry, I've got to go to broadcast mode for him. And we got a Williams up to P5 as well with a 27.418. Look at that, P4 to P6. Separated by 15 one-thousandths. I mean, heck, the human brain can't even comprehend 15 one-thousandths of a second. Raffle on the Racing Point trying to get into Q3. He's a 10th and a half up currently. Let's see if Raffle can continue with this. Zeus says he can't do any more. The P10 driver on the bubble has had enough. The Racing Point coming up to the line. I apologize for the horrible engine noise. What will it be as he goes up to the line? He didn't improve. He did slightly improve to P8. Unmutes on a lap. Fridays is on a lap. He's a quarter of a second up. Do or die. Time is about to expire. Joe is going to try to go out and get a lap, but he's not going to have enough time. Phantom is 4/10 up, but he's stuck at a 29.5. He's going to have to improve through Sector 2 and 3. Wibes and Alfa Romeo, he's on a good one. Fern is on a good one. Taylor is on a good one. Yeah, if I'm Unmute, Raffle, and Fridays, I'm going to be very, very nervous right here. Fridays finishing up his lap. Time has expired. Turn in those laps. What can they do? Fridays, can he improve? Yes, sir. He goes to provisional pole. Right now, Fridays goes to the top. What else can they do? FinFan, 4/10 up in the Ferrari. Unmute, he's 3/10 up, trying to keep himself safe and not be dropped out of Q2. The Mercedes, does he make it through to Q3? Pretty safe with that. He goes P3. Horizon is a second up as he goes through Q3. FinFan, he backs out of it. He invalidated. Wipes can only muster P10. He makes it into the top 10, but just barely. Taylor looks like he's going to eclipse him. Fern runs up to the line. Can he improve? Yes, sir. He goes to P6. Taylor trying to get out of the drop zone. 1.4 seconds up. This would be a monumental lap if he can hold it. The AlphaTauri driver, what can he do? He goes to provisional pole as well for 26.8. Raffle's been dropped down. Can he get back in? Phantom is done. He can't do anymore. Raph can't do anything. That leaves Joe, but he can't improve his lap because time is expired. I would think. That looks like everybody except for Joe. For some reason, the game is still letting him go after time is expired. So let's see if it counts this or not. It says purple sector 2. That has to be a glitch though. Will the lap count? If the lap counts, then Codemasters, then you have developed a horrible game. The Red Bull sitting on the circuit, that's probably an AI. That messed up Joe. Will both Mercedes make it in? Run up to the line. I don't think he did it. I don't think he did. He didn't. He's only P12. Wow. Wow. Joe could only muster P12. And look at that, the AlphaTauri at the end. Wow, looking like Pierre Gasly, doing better in an AlphaTauri than a Red Bull. Goes to P1. Fridays and Boss Cookie. Cookie obviously on the medium tires. Now goes P3. Unknown. P4 with the mediums. Horizon P5 with the mediums. Ritzy P6. Fern in the McLaren P7. FinFan P8. Burroughs P9. In the Williams. Oh, Williams in Q3. Can we get some celebration in the chat? DXD, the final person to make it to Q3. Raffle, Joe, Phantom, Weebs, and Zoo are knocked out. And here we go. If you've gotten to this point, you get an extra set of tires for your troubles. And this is it. 10 drivers. Only one driver will start on pole now. One driver claims all the glory for this qualifying session. And here we go. Who's going to be the first to go out? I think you can get, I want to say 2 runs in 12 minutes here, I think. Unless you mess up one of the laps, then you can do 3. Got drivers rooting for Williams to take pole. If a Williams gets on pole, then the whole world's turned upside down. If a Williams get pole, then there's a chance that Kanye West can win the presidency. I mean, honestly. And first to strike is Cookie. I'm going to say it. I think the podium, my podium prediction so far for this race. Nah, I'll just wait. I'll wait till after qualifying. Keep the suspense going. But I think the front row is going to be Cookie on pole. And I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say Fridays gets P2. I'm going to say Fridays gets P2. Guys, I actually like Williams. I actually really like Williams. Just giving some jokes. But yeah, I like Williams. I think Latifi and Russell's a really good pairing for this year. Russell obviously getting a lot out of the car, and Latifi really developing as a freshman driver in F1. I think he's doing a really good job. Heck, he was only a couple seconds off of Russell last weekend. I think the past 2 weekends, I think Latifi has actually been in front of Russell at times before pit stops. So, but here we go. Cookie the first to strike. Antier says, can't wait to see a Williams pass a Ferrari. Well, I mean, it is possible. See what Cookie can do here, the first to strike. If he can hit, a mid-26 here, that's going to be a really good lap. The track has progressed really nicely. I'm going to say pole is going to be I want to say a 25.9. That's what I want to say. 25.9, 26 flat. And I'm getting confirmation that Joe's lap was illegal, so he'll start at the back. Ginger Horizon strikes first with a 26 flat. What does Cookie do? He goes to the top. 25.7. Wow, I did not expect that. Wow, we could be getting to the mid-25, so you got Friday's 27.9, but that is on the mediums. You know what? I'll say Horizon. Horizon could be up there. I think it's going to be really close between him and Friday's for making P2. Taylor Clan in the AlphaTauri goes P3. As I say that, FinFan surpasses him in the Ferrari. Unknown pulls into the pits. DXD doing a second lap here in the Renault. So let's see what he can do. Oh, he about loses it. It's not going to be good. See if Ritzy or Fridays continues on with their lap. Looks like Ritzy is. Fridays has backed it down. DXT still somehow almost 11 seconds up. Granted, his lap was a 140. So I think he's really just trying to set a banker here. I mean, heck, he's already in the top 10, so. And he's going to set a really slow time here. Yeah, it's going to be 29.1. Got Ritzy pushing here, but I don't think he'll go quicker. Yeah. It's going to be significantly slower. Barab's on a lap in the Williams. What can the Williams do? The little underdog. If he somehow gets in the top 5, then, I mean, GG to him. See what Mr. Burrops can do as he runs up to the line. Can it be in the 26s, 27s? It's a 27.2 P5 currently. Wow. He is absolutely driving the heck out of that Williams. I mean, honestly. I mean, he is setting really good times with that thing, man. Got unknown on an out lap. Everybody looks like they're going to wait here till the very end. The Mercedes driver is just, I think, P7, P8 in Q2. He went out at the very end with his teammate, which was obviously bad for Joe because not only did he wreck, but Joe's time will be disallowed, being deemed illegal, in fact. So, so yeah, he's got to start at the back, obviously. Mercedes driver gets ready here. Got out of the final corner to start his hot lap. I don't think we'll have enough time to set another lap after this, so this is going to be his one lap. Let's see how close he can get to the likes of Cookie, Horizon, and FinFan. We've got a Ferrari 2-3 right now. Got Cookie looking like Max Verstappen up there. But Unknown heading to the end of Sector 1. What does he put up? 27.9, not too bad. It's saying purple Sector 1. Green light, green light. As we come down the downhill section, I just want you to see the elevation change. Look at that. It's like 100-something feet. It's incredible. As Unknown continues on with his lap, I'm pretty sure it's going to say purple Sector 2 no matter what, because I think it's a glitch with the game. But we'll see how good his lap is at the end of Sector 3. Currently rounding up Sector 2, heading into Sector 3 right now. It's a 104 or low 10, it's a 105.3. I think he might be a couple tenths down here, but we'll see. He needs a really mighty Sector 3, looking about P3, P4 here. It's going to come out of the final corner, run up to the line, use the track up. What will it be? At the line, it's 26.7. It's a P5. P5. Got Cookie going on another lap right now. He sits 100s up, trying to improve his time. That'll make him feel really safe from the likes of Ginger and FinFan. What is it? He's 9 1,000ths down. Can he pull something out of his hat in the Sector 3? If he can hit a 5 here, that'd be really good. Coming out of the final corner, what will it be? Does he improve his time? Yes, sir, with a 25.749. Improves it by just under half a tenth. And we're getting down to 2 minutes to go. See who we've got on outlaps. Fridays is on an outlap. Ritzy is on an outlap. And DXD is going to be the first of them. Except for possibly Ginger. And it's going to be DXD. In the Renault, what can he do? He's currently sitting at a 29.1. But quite frankly, I'd expect him to be around that P5 range for DXD. We'll see what he can muster. Taking it real easy, not wanting to lose the rear end. Very hard to do through turn 1. See if he can be in that relative range out of Sector 1. What is it? It's 28.1. It's better than his previous time, but he needs more. Needs to find a little bit more. Through Sector 2 now. Might get a little bit of slipstream here if he chooses to do so. No, they're going too slow. Into Sector 2, what's it looking like here? It's 105 second, 1.2 up. That's looking about... it's looking like about P... Actually, it looks like he's going to stay where he is. Maybe P8. Might beat his teammate. It's not looking like a very good lap. Maybe P7. I think he might be able to get P7 here. We'll see as he comes up to the line. It's P6. He got a little bit out of that last sector. We go P6. Unknown out of the final corner. What can he do? Can he get up to the third row or second row of the grid? Yes, sir. P4. Taylor on a lap as well. FinFan. Or sorry, that was Cookie. Sorry, that was Cookie. Retiring there. Confused me a little bit. Bunch of drivers on hot ones now. Seeing who's the closest. Trying to find her. Looks like it's going to be Burrops in the Williams. What can the Williams driver do? Time has expired. All laps will count. Unless they invalidate them, obviously. Burrops currently 3/100ths up. Trying to break up into P7 here, possibly. Maybe P6. This is for the pole. Cookie said he's done. He can't do any better. It's over Ginger Horizon, who goes up P1. Wow, in the Ferrari. We got a new pulse there. What does Burrops do? He stays P8. What does DXD do? He's a quarter of a second up. As he wrecks across the line, goes P7. Taylor's not going to improve the lap. Ritzy's invalidated. Comes down to Fern. Horizon on pole. Can Fern beat him? One more challenger. And this lap does not look good. It does not look good at all for Fern. Yep, Fern couldn't do it. He retires. So that means Ginger Horizon goes to pole. Wow. Good lap for him. Cookie P2. He gets eclipsed just at the end. FinFan P3. A 1-3 for Ferrari. Unknown P4 for the Mercedes. Renault of Ritzy. That's a good lap for him. Same with Taylor, goes P6 in the Alpha. DXD P7 in the Renault. 8th is Burrops. Friday's P9. It's a little bit disappointing in the Red Bull. I figured he'd be up there in the top 5 or 6. And Firm just chooses to retire at the end in the McLaren. So as you see your top 10, here's my prediction for the podium. I'm going to say Cookie first, Ginger second, and FinFan third. I think that's going to be the top 3 here, the podium positions. As we wait for the drivers to get their strategy set here in just a moment. Apologies, needed a drink. They're set for the formation lap. Getting ready. Tell us below in the comments who you think, who you're rooting for today. Yeah, who's your driver, who's your team, and who do you think is going to win this race? Who do you think the podium's going to be? Look in the grid here. You got Horizon on the mediums, Cookie on the mediums, FinFan on the mediums, and Unknown on the mediums. You got Ritzy, Taylor, DSD, Burrops, Fridays, and Fern all on the softs. Then 11th, 12th, you got Raffle and Joe on the mediums. Got Phantom on the softs, and everyone on back from them is on the mediums except for Zingst. So this is going to be one heck of a race. I can already tell it's going to be a fantastic season. We've got so many great drivers in this tier. Going to be a really fun tier, I can tell, as we get set for the grid. Want to thank you all for coming along for the ride as we get set for the first race of BRL's Realistic Performance tier. Getting ready, the final few cars getting set. Waiting. Waiting for the lights. What in the world is going on? Have no idea what's going on. I can say it appears to be a glitch. Once again, thank you, Codemasters. But looks like we just got Zinks going around all willy-nilly right now, or at least it's saying on the Delta. Already left. The and apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Something happened to the lobby, and it just kicked me out. All right, here we go. Now we're getting joined back. And here we go. We're getting back in. I do apologize. I have, in my multiple years of commentating and streaming, I have never seen that happen. Or when somebody leaves the session and the lobby, and the race gets going, and then the spectator gets kicked out. So, and I'm being told to invite SSR to show as well. And here we go. While I can, I need to invite Joe. Here we go. We're back with the action. We're on lap 2. You see Ginger Horizon has gone out to an early lead. Position change. You see a few guys coming and going. A few of them dropping. Looks like it's been trouble for DXD in the back as well as for Reptile. Waiting for the intervals to go up. You got Ginger Horizon, Unknown, Boss Cookie right there in third. Looks like Fin Fan has dropped to fourth. Balfatoria Taylor right behind him. Ritzy in P6. Got a commanding lead, it looks like, for the mediums currently in the top 4. On down through the pack, DRS now enabled since it is lap 3. It appears to be problems for Q-Man, Reptile, and It's Me. Here we go. Looks like we got a scrappy little fight for P9, the Mercedes, and the Red Bull going wheel to wheel. Still side by side. Neither give an inch. Red Bull cooks it in there. Looking back, does Mercedes sticking in? No. Still side by side, forming a bit of a train behind them. Got the racing points right behind. Looking up for P6. You got a Williams. A Williams is trying to pass a Renault. Yellow flag, sector 2. Looks like one of the Alfa Romeos is Zeekst. Has spun around. It's like Joe and Friday still battling out. The Red Bull trying to get around the Mercedes. If this was Alexander Albon, this is something you'd never see. Can he do it? He's going to get DRS here on this net straight. He's going to have to use that because he has no ERS to play with. Already seeing time penalties come into play. Can the Red Bull do it? Looking back on P4 here. Taylor trying to close in. Not going to be close enough for a dive bomb. Joe starting to... Oh, whoa. Looks like safety car. Or at least a virtual. Wow. I believe this is a virtual. Might be a full safety car. With Zinks retiring. But looking at the front, currently is Ginger Horizon. Unknown P2. Cookie in P3. FinFan P4. Taylor P5. And then that was in fact a virtual. Now we got Taylor all over the back of FinFan. FinFan gets mighty loose. He gets a big tank slapper. Taylor around the outside, down the back straightaway. He does it. Cookie closing in on Unknown as well. Gene Collis, nice to see you from Holland. Wow. Pretty cool. So we got Boss Cookie setting up a pretty cool move himself on Unknown. Can he get the run? FinFan trying to look away back around Taylor. Cookie not quite close enough. Is Unknown. Will he go for a dive bomb on Ginger? He's taking a peek. He's taking a peek. No, sir, he will not. FinFan and Taylor. FinFan back around. Cookie gets a really good run on Unknown. Does it go up the inside? He yeets it up the inside. Mounts the curve. They touch. They touched. Gene Carlos, this is the realistic performance tier. My apologies. The stream says division. It's supposed to say tier, but this is the realistic car performance tier. You know, we normally have tier 1 through 5 for the BRL boys. This is a separate little tier of realistic car performance. Pretty nifty, pretty cool idea, and I tell you, it is pretty fun to watch right now. Looking back here for P. Oh, gosh, look at this gaggle for P8 to P10. Fern, what are you doing? You're in a McLaren. You're supposed to be Lando Norrising it up the inside of people, not holding a trolley train. It's like we got another virtual safety car. Wow. Well, Carlos, we have people from all over the world actually in Barrel. We've got people from America, Canada, Mexico, Brazil, I think even Argentina or Spain, and in Britain, in France even. I think we used to have somebody from South Korea as well. So we got people literally all over the place. Australia, New Zealand. So it's really awesome. Have a bunch of European people in here as well. As we see Joe get held up in the Mercedes, a lot of people going to the hards here. Not a big surprise with the virtual safety car. It's like a free pit stop, pretty much. So I tell you, this might have actually been a full course yellow. It was a full course yellow. It didn't say safety car up at the top, but so I'll tell you, this is going to be really interesting when it comes to strategy, because the people who stop there, they can take hards to the end. But how is their pace going to be? Because you got a bunch of guys up front, like Raffle and Zoo, who are going to pit again. Well, as Cookie, he stopped for softs, actually. So I'd expect he'd take these to about I'd say lap 15. 16. That way he can take mediums to the end. Let's take a look at the top 10. Raffle currently leading on the mediums in the Racing Point. Zoo P2. Ginger Horizon P3. Cookie P4. Unknown, who's in P5, but I don't think he's going to have to stop again. Sergeant Milk in P6. Taylor, another driver I don't think will have to pit again. Barops is going to have to pit again. He's on the medium. Same with Ritzy. And FinFan, who is on the hards. Everybody else 10th on back who is on the hards can, in theory, make it to the end here. So, going to see what the pace difference is. Obviously, just raw pace. And not only that, but car pace and then tire pace. So, a lot of factors to go in here. They are lined up behind the safety car. This bunches things up a little bit. Sort of an even slate. We do have two DNFs, unfortunately, with DXD in the McLaren and Zinks, who has struggled, unfortunately, all night. Couldn't even set a lap in qualifying and then has struggled so far in the race. I think they'd be given the green light here to go back to racing. And we saw it in Tier 3. Drivers do soft to hards. We saw it in Tier 1 even. Saw it in Tier 1. Actually, in fact, I got a little bit screwed over because I decided to do mediums to hards and thinking, oh, that's the strategy. And a bunch of people were able to do soft to hards. So that messed me up in qualifying. But, I mean, we're seeing it work here too. People going soft to hards or just switching on the fly. And here we go. Safety car in this lap. Get ready for the mad rush into turn number 1. Watch Raffle. So he lets the safety car scoot away. That way he can get the best possible jump possible. He's got a couple drivers ready, nipping at his heels. We have a few drivers getting penalties. When do they go? Does Raffle rocket off his final corner, or does he pull a Max Verstappen and wait till the start-finish line? If I'm him, I'll wait till the start-finish line. He's going to go right here. He gets him napping. Here we go. Got three of them. They're going to go 3 wide, I think. What does the Red Bull do? They're 3 wide for P2. The Red Bull, does he make it work? Yes, he does. Cookie does. Side by side, 2 rows back. Now to even it out, the McLaren getting feisty. Up the inside, Fan. Oh, they about wrecked. Wow. We got 2 Williams, P7 and P8 right now. That is phenomenal. The Renault trying to sneak it up the inside. Battle for P2, Raffle trying to get back around Ginger Horizon. Ginger Horizon, he's the effective race leader right now, with Unknown behind. Taylor trying to sneak it up the inside. The McLaren trying to hold it. He gets it done. See him battling on back. Oh, Sergeant Mick, no! No! One of the Williams! No! You hate to see it. You absolutely hate to see it as we got another battle raging back for P9. As Cookie scoots away, trying to build that gap he needs to over the next 10 laps or so. Those Fridays. Can he do it? He's got Joe closing in behind as well. I think he's just going to wait. Wow, I thought they were going to continue raging on for a couple laps. They have calmed down quite nicely. Burrops and Zoo. Can we see a Williams get into P6? I swear, Burrops gets the top. Oh, he's got a Ferrari. I didn't even see that coming. FinFan must have been a million miles back. FinFan gets it done, showing no mercy. Tyler trying to close in on Raffle. Got a bit of a trolley train forming behind Zoo. Battle for P10 as well. Joe and Fridays. Careful, don't get penalties. Oh, they are really stacked up here at the back half of the points. Oh, FinFan had to take a voice of action to avoid hitting the back of Zoo, and he's going to lose a multitude of spots here. Don't come back into traffic. I bet they're going to be 3 wide right here. This is what you love to see. Side by side. Oh, give each other space, lads. Give each other space. Got the Renault right behind him as well. Side by side. Good clean, lads. Good clean. Now the Renault has to worry about Fridays and Joe all over his gearbox. Oh, he sends it. Friday sending it. Oh, a little bit of wheel banging. Here comes the Mercedes of Joe. They touch. They touch again. Oh, he dove it. Oh, you cannot make this stuff up. Phenomenal racing. The Williams trying to break the slipstream. And they accordion again. Like a python moving on the straights. Going back up to P6, Zoo has caught, actually, the back of Raffle, who is really starting to struggle now on those mediums. So is Zoo, by the way. They're going to have to pit. That's saying about 4 or 5 laps here. Just trying to stretch them as much as possible so they can go mediums to the end. Like Zoo's going to go for a move on Raffle. Raffle ain't even going to fight it. The Renault, Williams taking a big... Oh, they touched! The Williams and the Mercedes touched! Oh, and Ritzy's ghosted. What is wrong with Ritzy? He's in the Matrix. They're going to go double fire here. Oh, my. This ain't going to work. This is not going to work. Oh, they touched! The Red Bull and the Renault touched. They're 3 wide! The Renault loses out. Mercedes and Red Bull still fighting. They touch again. The Mercedes goes really wide. Oh, he's off in the dirt. This is not dirt track racing, Joe. You can't do the slide like that. The McLaren fighting it off with the Red Bull. They're side by side. No, that's sorry, the Renault. This is getting scrappy in a hurry. Oh, the Renault touched. He touched him again. You can't do that, son. This isn't karting. My, oh my. Y'all have got to be loving this in the Twitch. We're up to 49 viewers. Can we get to the Magic 50? Raffle trying to close in on Zoo. And the horrible engine noise, I'm not going to deliver that deafness to your ears. The McLaren on Fern. Chandler saying Sparky is going to be a mad Toto Wolff. Yes, sir, indeed he is. The Renault trying to close in on Fern. Friday's on Barops. Still got to give it to the Williams. Currently P8. Raffle on Zoo. Closing. Can't quite do it. Barops in the Red Bull. Can he get him back here? Do a nice cheeky move into this corner. Friday's defends. The Williams around the outside. Oh, they will bang! Still side by side. Who gives in? Oh, they both don't want it, but the Red Bull finally gives. He finally caves. Battle back for P10 as well. Fern, they're closing up on this with Ritzy. The best racing you'll see, ladies and gentlemen. See if the Red Bull can reel back in the Williams. The Williams trying to scoot away and get in front of Raffle. I think Burrops is going to try to take these mediums about another 9 laps or so. That way he can go softs in the ends. Friday's taking a peek. Ooh. Fridays is on the hards. He goes for the move. He tries to get the racing point as well. Pushes Burrops a little bit wide. Raffle goes into the pits. He's going to have to go onto the hards. Side by side with the Renault looking. 3 wide. 3 wide. The Red Bull tugs back in. Oh, you cannot get any closer. Formula One racing at its finest. Fridays takes another peek. Fern took a peek there. Way up the inside. Couldn't do nothing. Come on, lads. Settle it down a bit. You're going to make me lose my voice. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. A little bit of a messy line there. So we see FinFan closing in on Taylor. This is a battle for net P3. A spot on the podium. Get back to that in a moment. As Ferns and Fridays continue to chase each other. Ritzy trying to take another crack at the Williams. Already halfway through this race, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if FinFan can get Taylor. Yes, he will. The Ferrari storms past Taylor. Does Taylor retaliate with a switch move? Ritzy up the inside of the Williams. See if Taylor can get back. Gonna have to wait. Barab's on the inside of the Renault. Side by side. Come on, Barabs. Hold it. Hold it. Make Williams proud. Don't make Claire Williams go bankrupt. Multiple penalties being held out here. Fern now on the back of this train too. Burrup's really trying to close in on Zoom, but it's hard when you've got Ritzy and Fridays right there behind him with, and they're getting DRS on the straights. Friday's trying to take a crack at Ritzy now. Gonna get a really good run here. Might have a crack at him before the DRS straight, using what little overtake he has. Taylor trying to close in on FinFan. He's got a little bit of ERS to play with. Does he just use the DRS? Down into turn number 1. He holds station. They are battling back behind Ritzy and Fridays. They're cordial about it. They hold station for now. Joe and Phantom, you got Phantom in the points. Mr. Tier 4 winner in the points. Chandler asks, what do you gain for being a Prime sub to Bureau? You gain pride for supporting such a great racing league. Oh, what has happened? What has happened to Ritzy? He spun it. And he resets on track. That might be a no-no. That is a big no-no. Fridays is probably going to be handed down a penalty here. Wow, he spun it but kept it off the wall. But as soon as he got it stopped, he reset on track. That is going to be a big no-no. Surely going to get a penalty for that after the race. Barab's now into Williams P6. Trying to hold off Fridays. Gonna have Fern right behind him. Fridays trying to go around. And he will. Trying to maybe get a good exit here. Round the outside. And he makes it done. But the Red Bull gets good traction through the center, but can't quite hold it. Three-way battle for P6. Even Ritzy trying to close back in, but that was a big no-no by Ritzy, resetting the track. I'm sure the stewards are going to look at that. Got Taylor looking back between him and FinFan. FinFan goes a little bit wide. I'm sure Taylor's going to wait here. He's got plenty of ERS. I just wait here until the front straightaway. FinFan makes another mistake. Yep, Taylor just waiting. It's got Boss Cookie pitting. Boss Cookie has pitted. So now he's going to go to the mediums. He had built up almost a 10-second gap. Let's see if he can gain it back. Taylor on FinFan. He doesn't send it. Wow. Do we have team orders possibly at play here? His manager telling him what to do. Cookie slots in behind. It is relatively a 13.5-second gap he has to make up if he wants to win this race. Burrops on the Red Bull again. Fridays tries the inside, doesn't work. He goes to the outside. Now he's going to have the McLaren of Fern to worry about. Cookie's got to make quick work of Taylor and FinFan here if he's going to have any shot at winning this race. Because he's got to gain about a second a lap here. And those hards are about halfway done right now. They're 10 laps old. Ham Newton telling his buddy Taylor, lick the stamp. I agree. I agree 100%. Come on, Taylor. Tell him, come on, Taylor. Lick the stamp and send it. Looking back, got Fern right behind. Need more energy? Well, believe me, I'm one of the most energetic commentators on the F1 scene. When there's action, you're going to get it, but Cookie told me to hold the reins this race. He told me to be a little bit cordial and a little bit calm. So I'm trying to be calm, but trying to bring the action as well. Webster is, who knows where. But he's not commentating this race. It is me, Fern. Is he going to look up there and say, oh, what are you doing? Oh, gosh, Burrops. That was a bad move. Burrops, you can't double defend into the corner. Wow, that was almost like a Schumacher Barrichello incident from Hungary. Can't do that. Can't do a double move. That was dangerous. Cookie is caught up to the back of Taylor and FinFan. This is for net P3. Cookie trying around the outside. Does he yeet it or does he wait? Taylor gets a really good run. He knows his time is now to get the move on. Oh, took a peek, just a little peek. Oh, sorry, that is Cookie up in a P5. My apologies. He must have gotten around Taylor. My apologies. I got the... Oh, they touched. He just touched. Him and FinFan just touched. Cookie is not trying to waste any time getting around these boys. And he slided back. Notice that he braked hard so that, oh, FinFan loses it, and Cookie is going to scoot away here. He has DRS. This should be easy for him to get away. If I'm Taylor here now, I want to get around FinFan. Does Taylor send it? Send it, send it. No, sir. Fern on Burrops. He got a cheeky little battle for P7. Gets it done. That entices Ritzy back into the mix. The gap from Cookie to Ginger, now just 10.5 seconds. He gained 3 seconds over those 2 laps, 1.5 seconds per lap. That's what he needs to do if he wants to win this race. Perhaps starting to struggle now on those mediums. Gonna have to pit probably, I'd say, within the next 2 or 3 laps. Taylor trying to hold station with FinFan. Like I said, this is for a net P4. See how much DRS he uses here. He's starting to use some of it now, trying to close back in. See if he can have a crack at it down this front straightaway. I think he's just going to be too far back here. We'll see. He's closing down to 3 car lengths. Not enough. But we are going to have a cheeky little battle for P8. Baraps' old station as Ritzy gets around him pretty cleanly. Yeah, Baraps is just in a position here where, you know, all the drivers in front of him are and directly behind him are on hards as Fridays and Fern go to battle for P6. Mean Fern trying to strike here. Had a very quiet day. He qualified in P10 and as slowly but surely just picked up the pieces of drivers and is now battling for P6 here. Here we go, Ritzy and Burrops getting back on this battle. Burrops can have a good shot Oh, they touch all the red. Oh, no, 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 no. Ritzy and Fern. Oh, no. That's going to entice Burrups to get around. Ritzy, no. You know you don't go for those kind of moves. But to be fair, Fern did come down on him a little bit. But Burrups is in a good position here to hit and go the softs. So to come out stealing the point. So we could still well and truly see Williams inside the points. Let's see if he can go for a move on Fern here. Taylor starting to close in on FinFan. Closing. Couldn't do nothing. Burrups can't go for a move here. Cookie has now closed the gap down to 8.5 seconds. At this rate, he's going to catch him with 2 laps to go. What a race this could be if Cookie can somehow come back and win this race. Taylor and FinFan still going to battle. Already 3/4 of the way through the race. Already been on air for I think about 2.5 hours now. Wow. Taylor trying I don't know why he didn't go for a move earlier when his tires were fresh and he had 60% of ERS. I just don't understand it. Ritzy and Burrups going. Ritzy, he's been resilient today. He had a problem earlier where he spun and reset the track. Like I said, it's probably going to be a penalty. And then half spun there a lap ago. And he's back up in the P8 now going for a shot on Fern. And while we're speaking of the podium positions, Unknown is starting to make a charge on Ginger as well. He's closed it within 2 seconds. Going to be a tasty little battle here at the end. We have just 8 laps to go. Here we go. Ritzy up the inside. Can Fern go back at him? Going to get a good run. Have some ERS to play with. Does he eat it? Nope. See Burrups in the pit, same with Reptile. Burrups accident, so he should have a good shot at, I'd say P9 here. Phantom P12 right behind his teammate of Raffle. Reptile in P13 was in the points but had to pit. So that's going to hurt any chance of points for him. Fern's starting to lose a little bit of touch with Ritzy. Fridays has already jumped away from him. Gap between Cookie and Horizon now just 6 seconds. He's gaining a 1.5 seconds a lap, but those tires, they're going to start falling off in about 3 to 4 laps. Taylor once again on FinFan, down to 2 car lengths. Still not quite close enough. Needs about 20 or 30 more % on the ERS, I think, to really do anything. Plus, they've taken the tires 16 laps here, so it's more about conserving them at this point right now. Apologies, Cookies is actually about 6.5 seconds back. I meant to say he was 7 seconds back at the beginning of this lap. Show the interval to the leader, actually. There you go. 2.1 to Unknown, and then 6.7 currently for Cookie. Taylor slips away a little bit. Fern trying to get back within a reasonable distance to Ritzy, and it's so hard on this game because dirty air is so predominant that, you know, even if you get within a second to 1.25 seconds of somebody, you can feel the dirty air, and it's just even more profound when you're within 5 or 6 tenths of somebody. You can't hardly stay on the gearbox of someone. It's like Cookie may have used up his stuff here because he's only gained about 7/10 of a second this lap. He's gonna need to gain more. If he wants to, he's gonna have to gain about 1.25 seconds per lap here now if he wants to have a shot. And Taylor has fallen out of DRS at FinFan. He must have had a mistake. Go Ritzy and Fern still battling out. Just 5.5 laps to go. I'll just see if I can see the fastest lap. See what her penalties looking like here. Any of our top guys? So we got Fern and Ritzy. Something's wrong with Ritzy. He's been passed by Fern, actually. So move Fern into 7th and Ritzy into 8th. Look at the race director and see if, like I said, if any of our top guys have gotten any penalties. I would not think so. Pretty clean. None of our top guys have any penalties. It's pretty much guys 9th or 10th on back. Tell you, Cookie has stalled. Cookie has stalled quite a bit. He only gained 9/10 that lap. He really must have pushed his stuff. So with 5 laps to go, he needs to gain a little bit over a second a lap here to have any shot. He at least needs to get within DRS of unknown. I'd say within the next lap and a half or so. Next 2 laps to have a shot. Yeah, Ritzy really starting to struggle in. I'm sure those couple of spins have really hurt his tires, and he's just in survival mode right now. So we have an update from Sparky. Chandler and Ginger are arguing right now. Not sure about what, though. As the gap between between Horizon and Cookie, I think, is now under 5 seconds. It is. Taking once again about 3/4 of a second out of this lap. He needs to get within DRS of unknown. Evidently there's a problem with our race leader. He's having a hard time struggling with tire wear. Interesting. With just 4 laps to go. I'll keep it on the leader now. Whoa, we got a report. Ginger saying his tire wear is at 85%. My goodness, if that's the case, we have certainly got a race on our hands. I don't know how them tires can make it, but maybe another lap and a half. As Ritzy still tries to close in on Fern. I'm actually going to start to close in on the battle between Cookie and Unknown, because Unknown took about 3/10 out of Ginger that last lap, and Cookie continues to close in on Unknown. Just coming to 3 laps to go. Now we're getting reports that it may not actually be 85%, but we do know it is pretty high up as Ritzy gets a time penalty. The Racing Point, don't mess with the Red Bull. Oh, he's ghosted. Thank goodness. That's still got to mess things up. We hit the 50, boys. We hit 51 viewers. That is mental to see. But can Cookie catch Unknown? Look at Unknown. He can see Ginger now. He can see him. Cookie closing the gap. 3 laps to go, and who will be on the top step of the podium? Can Ginger's tires last? Can Cookie catch these twos? Can Unknown somehow catch Ginger and hold off Cookie? 2.5 laps to go. This is going to be a nail biter. Cookie trying to get within DRS. Look at Ginger. Ginger is slowed significantly. Unknown is within the DRS. 3 cars battling for the win. 2 laps to go. If I'm Ginger right here, I want to get out of DRS. I'm heading onto the front stretch with every way possible. 3 teams, Red Bull, Mercedes, and Ferrari, battling it out. I don't think he's going to do it. Ginger's going to be, or Unknown's going to be within DRS of Ginger. And Cookie's going to be within DRS of Unknown. Here we go, lads. 2 laps remaining in the Bahrain GP for BRL's equal performance tier. Vinfan has a puncture in P6, evidently. He does. He has a puncture. One of the Ferraris is in trouble. Another one's in trouble as well as they're battling for the lead. A lap and a half. Hold on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Unknown gets a tank slapper. Trying to catch Ginger while trying to hold off Cookie. It's going to come down to the wire. Cookie's there. He's there. He can see him. Oh, Cookie has to get out of the gas. He got a big tank slapper. He is pushing those mediums to the limit. Here comes Unknown. He's struggling for grip. Who has the most ERS out of all of them? And it's Ginger of all of them. He has the most ERS, so he can try to scoot away here. 3 cars. Who's going to win it? We're coming to the white flag. Ginger trying to hold him off. Same with Unknown. Unknown, can he get away past without Cookie passing him? Unknown is going to get a huge run down this front straightaway, but he has no ERS. Ginger has plenty. Even Cookie, he's low on ERS. Oh, Cookie spins. Cookie is wrecked. It's going to be down to Unknown and Ginger. Who wins it? Cookie is wrecked. He is done. He can't win. It's between Ginger and Unknown. 1 more lap to go in the Bahrain GP. He tries around the outside. Can't quite do it. Mercedes versus Ferrari. Can Ginger hold on? I'm on the edge of my seat, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure like everybody else. Ginger in the Ferrari, Unknown in the Mercedes. Can Ginger's tires last? 22 laps on a set of hards. Here comes Unknown. Trying again. He's trying to save up the ERS. Ginger still has more. Ginger has 45. Unknown has 15. He doesn't have many more passing opportunities. I think he's only got 2. Down here at the end of the backstretch, and he's not close enough. And in the final corner. Closing. He's going to have 1 more spot. I think he's got 1 more chance. Maybe 2 more. He can maybe get him right here. Ginger defends. Unknown gets a really good exit. Slipstream. DRS ERS. Ginger uses the ERS. Coming into the final corner. Final corner. He's going to do it. Ginger Horizon is going to hold him off and win the Bahrain GP. No, Unknown gets it. Unknown gets it with the penalty. Wow. Unknown ended up getting it. Ginger got a time penalty there at the end. Wow. Unknown gets the win. Oh my gosh. I thought Ginger had it. I thought he had it. They took him 23 laps on the hards, and Unknown got it. Oh my goodness. Boss Cookie rounds out the podium. Taylor P4, Friday's P5, Meanford P6, Ritzy P7, Zoo P8. He's got a Barupso behind him. A Williams is going to score points in P9. And FinFan is going to come on P10. My, oh my. My goodness. Whoa. We're actually getting a report that Ginger didn't have a penalty. So, what controversy here at the end? Who won? I'm gonna look real quick. Did Ginger get a penalty? Well, it's not. It'll show here in a second. If Ginger got a penalty, then it's good. But it's saying unknown one. We'll see here. Zoo gets driver of the day. Let me know in the comments who you think the driver of the day is while we sort this out. And there you go. There you see him. We'll find out in just a moment. Let the drivers enjoy their moment of glory. But who is it? Is it unknown or is it Ginger? I've never seen a 1 second penalty given in this game. I am not seeing a penalty for Ginger. So this is going to come to the stewards. It's saying Ginger finished second when on track, we saw it in real time, he won. So who won, unknown or Ginger? This is going to come down to the stewards. Controversy in the first race of the realistic performance tier. Cookie bended away on the final corner with 1 to go. Comes home P3. Taylor P4. Friday's P5. Fern able to pick up the pieces for P6. Ritzy, that reset to track is going to be costly. I'm sure he's P7. Z, P8. Burrops in the Williams, P9. FinFan, P10. And rounding out the rest of the field, Raffle, P11. Reptile, P12. Phantom, P13. Gorilla, P14. It's Me, P15. Joe, P16. Sergeant Milk, Waves, and a couple. And they're saying Burrops is driver of the day. I don't know. He's P9 in the Williams, but I tell you what, it's going to be controversy to see who actually won the race. So we're going to talk to the drivers in just a moment. Don't you worry, and we'll find out from them, who they think actually won this race. Let's get them in here. All right, first off, guys, be sure Cookie includes your audio. We are at a record high stream for this tier, 51 viewers right now. That is absolutely incredible. Ginger, be sure to include your audio so your voice is heard. And we're just now waiting on
I did.
unknown. Come on, unknown. And he left the party. Try it one more time. Which is actually Andre Miri. For those of you who look up retro gamer tags, that's actually Andre. Here we go. Is unknown in here now? He can't join in for some reason. One of you guys try to invite him into the party, please. Try one more time here.
He can't join. He said he can't join.
Alright, he can't join, but we'll talk to our third place driver first. Boss Cookie. You were closing in there. You were gaining about a second and a half a lap those first 5 or 6 laps. and then you sort of dropped off the cliff a little bit. You were only gaining about 3/4 of a second per lap then. But you caught him. You caught him with about 2.5 laps to go, and you bend it out of the final corner with 1 lap to go. That must be heartbreaking after leading early.
Yeah, I think the strategy, the softs and going to, I think the strategy from going to softs to mediums was probably better than the hards. I mean, if I didn't bin it, I would have probably gotten them both. I think I had a lot of ERS saved up, but that was fun. That was actually really exciting. I really enjoyed that. For a realistic league, there's a lot more battling than I thought there would be.
Absolutely. It was a heck of a race, throughout the field, the entire portion of the race. But like I said, you really started to close in with your strategy at the end. Were you aware of Unknown and particularly Ginger's tire issues there in the closing laps?
I assumed they would have had tire issues, and that makes me more kind of sad that they were falling off so quickly towards the end, because I think I saw Unknown losing traction everywhere, and I was gaining really quickly towards the end. I think I could have maybe had them both, but I bend it, so it is what it is.
And before we leave you here, thoughts for next week? You've got to have some confidence going into the next race.
Yeah, I do. The Red Bull kind of sucks around Bahrain. It's probably equal with the Ferrari here, so it's not too bad. I'm looking forward to China. China's a fun track.
Well, we look forward to it as well. And let's go to our P1/P2 driver. We don't really know. It's going to be up to the stewards. On track, we saw you go P2, but in the results, it said you went P1. So, Unknown, what do you think of the situation right now?
I finished first. I don't know what the game's saying. It's definitely not right. But I have to give a big shout out to my team. They didn't want to listen to me that my tires were like 95%, even though they were. But yeah.
And I talked about it during those closing laps. You were in a really tough pickle there because you were closing in on Ginger in those closing laps, but Cookie was also closing on you as well.
I'm Ginger.
Oh, this is Ginger. My bad. Apologies, everybody. It's been a long night. You're Ginger. All right. I thought I was talking to Unknown for a second. Okay, Ginger. So, yeah, controversy. It's showing, P1, P2. It'll be sorted with the stewards. But, it was a tough position. We heard reports that, your tire wear was, going down very quickly there at the end. It had gotten very high. So it had to have been a big struggle knowing, A, you got Unknown on the same tire closing in on you. And then you got Cookie on fresh tires, or at least fresher tires, coming in too. So, that had to be a lot of stress, managing the tires while also going as fast as you can,
Yeah, I saw Unknown I was keeping like a good distance between me and him, like 2 seconds, 2.2. And obviously Cookie pitted for new mediums, but he wasn't closing that quick. However, like the last 3 laps, he was like within 2 seconds. So I was kind of nervous, but then I saw him like spin out. So I was like, "Oh, there goes the trash play." There goes Cookie. But yeah, so I just try to keep my nose clean and try to finish ahead of Unknown because I knew I had no penalties as well.
I'll tell you, it was really close on the final lap. It was action-packed throughout. Great drive by you. And final thoughts here. On live, it showed you win. Do you have any concerns about whether or not you won, or do you
No,
leave it up to the stewards?
I know the results should stand that me winning because I didn't get any penalties, so it won't be fair. Yeah, that's all.
Absolutely. We double-checked live as well, and you had no penalty. So you should deserve the win, and the stewards should get that sorted. So thank you, everybody, for watching. Great win, Ginger. Cookie already left, but a good podium to him, and Unknown getting P2 from our perspective here. Good job by him as well. Thank you all to everybody for tuning in to the first race of the BRL Realistic Performance tier, and everybody have a good, safe night. Thank you.